Nobody wants to pay more tax. Like everyone acts like, oh, I pay my due, as if we're not legally obliged
to do so. But it would appear they would rather services cut or benefits.
Which is fine until it comes to their doorstep and they go, well, I can't access these services now. Well, yeah, you asked for the cuts, unfortunately, and this is what happens. I'd like to point out, though, as well, that the IFS showed that the taxes for all but the richest 10% of households dropped over the last Parliament. Jeremy Hunt, to his credit, said that the average earner in the UK now has the lowest personal tax rate since 1975. And he was right. The problem we've got is these almost stealth taxes. The British system is riddled with high marginal rates. So if you're a university graduate on £27,000 a year, you're paying about 37% because of your student loan repayments. Because of the two-child cap, if you're a middle-class family with 3 children, you're paying 56.5%. And high earners on over 100 grand are paying 62%. And what I also find deeply frustrating is the inequality within our society. In my lifetime, we're going to have the first trillionaire, right? Ridiculous levels of money. And we're in a position where I've heard about mobility and all this sort of stuff that we're blaming the disabled. These people, in many ways, have barely got 2 halfpennies to put together, and yet they are the ills of our society.
So why would you support a general income, a raise in income tax rather than a stealth wealth tax? Maybe just taxing, which is a sort of green policy, actually, taxing those with assets over 10 million, just 1%, a one-off tax?
Because it sounds great, but from all countries that have tried it, from what I can see, it doesn't necessarily work. I think for companies that have maybe taken the mick post-COVID, you might look at something like a windfall tax, which has been done previously. Even Margaret Thatcher did a windfall tax many moons ago. I think that is maybe something you might look towards or something. But I think if we want Scandinavian levels of public services and public services that work, then unfortunately we cannot be trying to do this American low-level style tax. It's going to have to be you put in to get out. And I think the problem is people don't want to pay it at the moment because they don't see the difference, and that therein is the problem.